Okay, so hello and welcome everyone again to the Age of Empires Spring Championships, as you all know by now. This is currently the last match from the round of 8. Blackstar gonna take it up versus Kynesie. And that means we have the last BO7. Next we're gonna go into the semifinals, which are gonna be BO9s. And I'm very curious how this matchup is gonna fold out, because of course we all know that Blackstar is like one of the better one-on-one players at the moment. This Blackstar has really proved to be a rising star so far. But he has to take it up versus Kynesie, and we all know that he has some funny strategies in his play. Especially, of course, the water and wall based plays. But this map is going to start, the series is going to start on Kamchatka, and that is a map without water. Or actually, there might still be some monitoring here, like later on. Hold on a second. But other than that, there's not going to be like a huge water boom. So, we're going to start this off with a Japanese mirror, as both of them have chosen Japanese on this map. That means early on, it's important, of course, for both of them to just get their as many goats as they have. As they can find on the map. And you see also that they are both using their cherry orchards here just to scout the additional corners of the map for that. Let me quickly bring up the queue, of course. Both of them are starting with the consulate. I assume this is going to start off in a pretty standard Japanese play. That is a consulate, Portuguese allied, then some shrines, well, one shrine actually, and then when you're aging up you're going to build a few more shrines. And from there on we might see several deviations. For example, an aggressive based Japan style. We saw Nagiumi doing something like that with a forward Rexy in the middle. On the other hand, knowing these players, knowing that Blackstar is kind of a fan from a semi-FF and Kynesie is a fan from fan of a semi-FF or just defending in your base with walls as well, I think we're gonna see more defensive play from both. We see that Blackstar is gonna take a shrine in the middle, while Kynesie has gone for a shrine on the left side. And Blackstar has also found this macaque, by the way. He's going to take this 75 food treasure. Two important things here to notice. First of all, the fact that Blackstar has 75 food, which is 40 food more than Kynesie has found so far, means that he will be able to age up slightly faster. And that of course also means that he can have his 600 wood faster, his shrines faster, his first few Ashigarus, etc. So we have to see how that's going to play out. To mention though, for Kynesie, he put his shrine on the left side. I'm not exactly sure if that was by accident because he just had to build it to get the population out, or on purpose, because a shrine in the middle of the map, like Blackstar shrine, it does give good vision for any army walking past here, but the disadvantage here is that it's also easy to take out from your opponent. So a shrine on this side does play more into the hands of, let's say, Kynesie defensive playstyle. Because if Blackstar has to take it out, he has to go all the way to the left, and that means, of course, that the path from here towards the town center is then again much longer. And there's in a better defensive position. Kynesie also takes 90 wood, and I saw that Blackstar had 50 wood earlier. So Kynesie now has 90 and 40 wood. That's 130 wood. That's almost like 2 shrines already for free. But Blackstar is gonna find himself 85 wood, so actually this is gonna even out between the two of them, which is very nice. They have now almost exactly the same, 5 difference. And we have, of course, both of these players aging. Blackstar not aging with any villager on the Wonder, and Kynesie aging with 1 villager on the Wonder. We see here on the top, by the way, that Blackstar managed to age up a little bit faster. I think that 75 food did help him a little bit. On the other hand, he might have delayed like a villager for a few seconds just to get that Wonder right away. So now we're gonna see that both of them are just gonna shrine the whole map and see whenever there's food left, there's gonna be a shrine built. Kynesie more on the left side here. Now looking towards taking a shrine in the center, perhaps. I'm actually very curious. Oh, finally he's dropping it down. I was about to say, like, he's waiting very long for his next shrine. And this hero also, it's already low HP for this 90 wood treasure, but it has to... Okay, there he's going. It has to build a shrine, I was about to say. So if we take a look at the building counts, no need, I can just look at population. 60 versus 50, that means that Blackstar is 1 shrine up currently. And we'll also have to see how many shrines they're both gonna make, which will also tell something about what kind of playstyle they will go for. The pretty standard thing is just to make, I believe, around 70-80 population, then kick in your market when you age up, and then 600 wood, and then you lay down 2 barracks. Well, that's just a standard play. Of course, if you're gonna go for... oh, there, as I was about to say, there we have the first wall incoming there, just to make sure that there's no easy raiding option for Blackstar there. Right now we see that Blackstar has 110 shrine population compared to just the 70 of Kynesie, so that's actually already quite a difference here. Market going up for Blackstar and market going up for Kynesie, that's all very identical. Also we do see, by the way, that this second shrine from Blackstar is not the most ideal one, just 2 out of 4, same for this one from Kynesie. However, Blackstar does have 2 good shrines on that side. And this is also a weird placement for the shrines. I'm not sure if these were both running away like these herds, but if this one was put over there, then he would have immediately gathered more of these hunts on the shrines. So regarding improvements, also very similar, both of them going to go for their first food upgrade in the market. And then we have 2 deviations. Sometimes the player chooses to go for the second food upgrade first, and sometimes it's the what's the upgrade that you increase the gathering for everything. Anyway, barracks going up already for Blackstar. That's 1 barrack so far. And meanwhile the wall of China, but then played by Japan here, is almost finished for Kynesie. No wrecks yet. Of course Kynesie has to invest in this wall, and Blackstar now finds it. Of course he doesn't really have to scout it because he's probably gonna expect it anyway, but he does scout it and he does confirm it, and that's very important in a strategy game. However, what we have here from Kynesie is a forward double Rex. And Blackstar is gonna scout it as well. Good scouting with this hero. He sees that there's nothing here in his base, and that means even though it's Kynesie with the walls, you have to be sure that there's not something else coming in, like a weird side rush or so. So he's going to scout the center, and he's gonna get confirmed that there are 2 Rexes there, which is gonna indicate aggressive play. However, Blackstar is 170 population with shrines, and Kynesie only 160. That's only a very small difference. But what we see is that Blackstar has both his Rexes up already in his base, so he's going to be able to train enough musketeers to defend. But the biggest thing here is that Blackstar went for economic build, 4 villages after 600 wood, while Kynesie chooses to go for 600 gold. And there can be 2 things happening. He can either do some kind of fake rush and try to age up, but that doesn't really make much sense. You need more... you need some pressure, you need some Ashigarus, so he's gonna use that to just mass a lot of Ashigarus early, it seems like. With his shrine even on foot, so just using this gold to get the gold out for the Ashigarus. He will be able to get a slightly bigger mass than Blackstar early on, I assume. However, I'm not sure if it's really worth it, because to be honest, with a few villages on the gold, Blackstar chooses to go for the shrines on foot and villages on gold, but with that you are actually able to get out a decent number of Ashigarus as well, and then you of course have the advantage of the 4 villagers, which as we now see, Blackstar is up 4 villagers, and Kynesie ships 5 Ashigaru to go for an even more aggressive play here. Meanwhile, by the way, shrines, Blackstar 200 population and Kynesie 180. So that's all pretty equal, although of course Kynesie is a little bit ahead. What Kynesie might do, by the way, is ship Ashigaru attack after, just to make sure that his push is even stronger. But to be honest, seeing this 2 Rex play, I think Blackstar would also ship Ashigaru attack after this. I think it would be a little bit risky for him to age up as he normally likes to do in this case. So both of them have their 8 crossbowmen from the consulate, of course, with the export that they gathered. And as you see now, there's 34 army population from Kynesie and 26 just for Blackstar. However, the fight will happen near Blackstar's town center, which means faster reinforcements. And of course also the possibility to still ship 5 Ashigarus, as you see now, by the way. And also Minutemen, of course, available. So there a fight commencing, but this also is good for Kynesie in a way, because he also prevents Blackstar from gathering. I don't like that Blackstar puts all his villagers in his town center. He might have easily gathered like a little bit on that side, as he's gonna do now. But he's gonna try to trap it with Minutemen. And Kynesie decides not to commit any further. And here you see now, by the way, that the army advantage is now in Blackstar's favor, because he is able to fight near his Rexes and respawn very fast with the new Ashigarus. It looks like he is gonna try to push Kynesie back all the way. There we have, by the way, Kynesie Ashigaru attack. So his Ashigarus are a little bit better now than Blackstar's, and the Consulate is still on Portuguese for both. This looks actually like a slightly better trade for Blackstar. And he's gonna push him back even more, and if he's gonna able to, yes, he's gonna able to grab one more, maybe two more Ashigarus. Two more, yes, for sure. Now we see a disparity here of 7 army population, and there you have actually the problem that if you play versus Japan, the thing is they have so many shrines that it is quite easy for them to sustain a 2 Rex army production with the shrines and the villages that they have, and that's why, yeah, I really have my I really have to question Rush like this, to be honest. It's like you give him enough time to mess out, and you can of course take out some shrines, but the other Japanese guy can still make some shrines somewhere else on the map, and what you do actually is delay your own economy, because we see now Blackstar is up 8 villages, the exact difference of these 2 shipments, and he's also laying down his wonder, so he's gonna age up to the 3rd age. And when that happens, we all know, of course, Disciplined Ashigaru, the 6 Yumi from the age up, and of course Flaming Arrows will come in here for this game. Meanwhile, by the way, let me take a look at these orchards. The advantage, by the way, of both these players putting their shrines on food is that they have more food available in these orchards, which means that they basically can save up 1 more shipment before they, maybe actually 2, I'm not sure, but before they have to reset the orchard card, while there's of course still enough gold available. Blackstar takes out 1 of these Rexes because he had the army advantage. He even chooses, just to be safe by the way, to ship a second time 5 Ashigarus. So he is constantly producing more Ashigarus here. And also shipping 5 extra just to make sure that he's not going to die to any push from Kynesie. He did so successfully, and of course he even took out the Rex. And in the back of this, Kynesie is now aging up as well. He realizes that... He realizes that he has to age up himself. Of course, you're trying to play the catch-up game, but the thing is that you won't be able to make anything happen with the second age extra push or something. Blackstar has the army advantage already, twice as much actually, and now Kynesie decides to ship in 4 villages. What Kynesie has working for him though is that he has now 10 more shrine population, so a little bit more economy. And he has the Ashigaru attack card. Blackstar does not have the Ashigaru attack card. However, Blackstar is now going to take out the second Rex, which means that Kynesie has actually no Rex available. It looks like he's going to push out here, but if I'm Blackstar, I would just go to the base of Kynesie and actually not care so much about these shrines. The thing is, if you go to the base of Kynesie now, you will probably hurt him a lot more, and you can use your new reinforcements to deal with a possible raid from that incoming. What Kynesie is doing smartly though is that he of course is buying time, and it looks like he's also going to throw up a church, a monastery, and let me see if I can... I have no idea what the unit is there. There we have, by the way, 2 Flaming Arrow shipment from Blackstar. There we have them. He's gonna go for a push out now. And he's also working on... I don't like actually that he's using this the bows to work on the shrines. I would rather have 5 Ashigarus sieging because they have better siege attack, and use the Yumis of course to counter the Ashigarus from your opponent. 1 Ashigaru raid almost killed the villager, but may not. And this is typical Kynesie and Blackstar style. What the hell? Why would I just stay in the 3rd age? Let's just age up. He's gonna throw down a wonder, and after doing a little bit of damage here, he is gonna age up. And then we have of course 4 more Flaming Arrows as an option, with the Daimyo, of course, a Shogun from the 4th age card. 1000 food left here, so he has to think about probably he can sneak in 1 more card, and then he has to use his cherry orchards. But Kynesie did build a monastery, and I'm still not sure what unit he can make at the moment. I do know that it's repentant or whatever you pronounce it, unit, which is also very strong compared to normal ones. But looks like there's gonna be another shrine here. Kynesie is 150 population because Blackstar managed to take out a few shrines here, and they're even taking out some shrines on the bottom there. And he's also going to re-shrine himself on the right side to maintain his own shrine count. Now we have 2 Flaming Arrows from Kynesie as well, but actually I'm pretty sure he realized his wonder. He was walking there with a few units, so he must realize that Blackstar was aging up, and Kynesie realizes that, well, he's playing too much of a catch-up game, actually from the point where this rush failed, and now that Blackstar is in the 4th age, he can of course, does he have the resources? He doesn't have the resources yet, but he can of course pretty soon upgrade to Honored Ashigarus. He has his daimyo, he can ship 4 flaming arrows, and then this is something you can't really come back from. So basically, just to summarize, I will quickly bring up the post-game here. You see that Blackstar was ahead in resources, he was at pretty much all game. You see here the big difference in village count. He's like 8 villagers ahead from minute, or 4 villagers ahead for this portion of the game, then 8 villagers ahead from minute 7. That is just huge. And you see that also in the disparity here between the income of both players. And here actually this is the most interesting thing of this game, because Blackstar went for, Kynesie went for 600 gold. Why would you go for 600 gold if you don't make something happen with it? The thing is, he wanted to make something happen, but like I said, with the shrines that you have and the kind of crazy economy that the Japanese can muster up over time, early on as well, Blackstar is perfectly able to match the army count of Kynesie. Of course, it happens a little bit later, but that's not a problem, because Kynesie has to walk from his base towards Blackstar's base before he can push out. So Blackstar has a little bit more time. He also has the option to call Madman. He also has the option to benefit from the fast reinforcements near his Rexes. So, I'm not sure this was the best play to do. However, maybe Kynesie felt, okay, Blackstar, of course, a good player, has to make something happen in a way, and maybe that's why he decided to throw in something of an auto build. So then let me update the scoreboard. We have currently a 1-0 lead for Blackstar. And then the second game is gonna be, as expected in a way, Kynesie going for Portugese, because it is Hudson Bay. For all of you who are a little bit new to Age of Empires or with the game in general, this tournament has used several maps made by Gaia. Again, huge shout out to him, because these maps are just awesome. Not just better resource balance, but also, oh my god, not just better resource balance, but also I was fast enough there for this guy. Where is that option again? To France. Yep, I should just take that one. I guess we have some sad people in the game. Too bad. Anyway, what I was about to say is thanks again to Gaia for making all these maps. They are not only much better in resource balance, but also have of course some different layouts which allow for different play styles and more variety. So basically Hudson Bay is based on Saguenay, as you see here in this picture, and that just means that we have water as well, although not as strong as the real Saguenay, the original Saguenay, which is something I really like. However, there is still the option to go for water, albeit perhaps later, and that's why Kynesie chooses his Portuguese civilization here, I have to assume. Then Blackstar is thinking, okay, I can deal with this with India. I know Blackstar's India is pretty good, and actually Kynesie's Portuguese, I think it's pretty decent, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen that much from him. However, maybe he's gonna surprise us with something. I expect him to go for like a town center here near the water. The good thing for him is though that Saguenay, Hudson Bay, spawns in 2 versions. One version is the green one, as you see over here, which has the option to build your dock, to build near the water, like a town center. The other version is like, let's say, a Siberia-based version, and that one has the option to make a dock, of course, but you can't make anything like in this distance. Like, let's say, if you draw a line from here towards the water, you can't build anything like a tower or town center, which means it's harder to defend your water. Anyway, unfortunate here, Blackstar shooting his hunt away. I guess that must have been a misclick. But we're gonna probably see some defensive play from the Portuguese, as it's just the best way to play the civilization overall. And Blackstar is probably gonna go for map control, I have to assume, with perhaps a trading post based economic style. And then I guess Gurkha, Zamborak and stuff like that. But we have to see how that's gonna play out. Back to the game here, we have 150 coin for Blackstar, but on the other hand 150 food for Kynesie. And actually the 150 food plus the 6... Oh wait, that's Blackstar. The 150 food for Kynesie could be nice in a way, because there's a few options how India can play this. Of course they can go for like an economic build and semi-FF stuff as well, or just go for more second age play, or even go for like an initial push. There is also always the possibility that India might go for like 12 sepoys and try to take out the town center that's going to be put near the water. So if Kynesie has this 150 food, he's able to skip a villager perhaps, even 90 food by the way. He could, for example, skip 1 or 2 villagers, age up a lot faster, and that way he's in a better position to deal with a possible sepoy push or even prevent it. Anyway, we have to see what's gonna come of that. Blackstar also found 60 food. Sorry. And he's now gonna get his herd back towards the town center. Pretty nice herds, by the way. I think these ones were also came in from the back, although he's now shooting them again. Black, what are you doing? He's shooting them in the wrong way again. Of course, these things are just small, and like some people say, what are you talking about? He's just shot a little bit away, you can reherd it again. But if you think about it, over time it adds up. If your villagers have to walk from your town center towards here or towards there, compared to just here and here, left and right of the town center, it will add up over time, and it will slow down your income, your resource gathering. Let's see. There is 3 sheep found by Blackstar, which still has 1 sheep on the top. Oh, and this is actually a nice one. 20% hit points boost for India. And there's no sheep for Kynesie, or he maybe skipped the... aided to age faster. 1 sheep, okay, he finds 1 sheep. Still has 1 sheep in the back there. And there we have a forward aggro for Blackstar. This doesn't mean an all-out rush, by the way. It can still mean just map control and, of course, protecting the sea here. Because we all know Kynesie, how he likes to play on water. And let's see if he's going to throw it on the market, or if he's going to go for some initial, let's say, 12 support push. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we see that Kynesie is going for a early dock and is going for the schooner's card. So he's going to boom on the water right away. And I have to assume, by the way, you see that he aged quite fast. Blackstar, look at this, he's 30% in his age up, and Kynesie aged already at 350 or something. He did definitely skip 1 or 2 villages there, and he's now going to put the town center right next to the water to protect that. And of course, we have a similar wall coming up. By the way, just for you guys interested in walling, as a 3D player from some time ago, this is a little trick that you can do. You build the wall, but you delete the let's say, corner pieces, the higher pieces, and that way you don't only save food, but you can still make sure that your wall is closed like this. There's no way of entering it. So second door coming up all the way, both of them of course protected under the town center. And Blackstar is throwing up a market, so it's definitely not going to be an all-out rush. Maybe he changed his mind, I'm not sure. He could have changed his mind just because of the fact that Kynesie aged so fast, and that he actually kind of knew, like, even if I do a push like that, it's probably not going to be that useful in this point anymore. So Kynesie is going for 700 wood just to get this water boom rolling. There's what you see, by the way. You saw this big piece there, big top, and that's going to be deleted. So I have to assume that from this point Blackstar is really going to go for an economic play and just going to take a trading post and boom on land. Because on this map, with the changes that are made, the idea was to make a water boom to make water boom less OP than it was. Let's put it like that. We see that there's one villager transported to the island here, and he's gonna make 2 more docks, not just to boom more of these ships, of course, but also to perhaps have some additional protection here and make, of course, some boats. Blackstar just gonna harass with two of these sappers, but it's not gonna happen. Not gonna make a lot happen, I think. I'm expecting him to ship 600 wood for a trading post, but we'll have to see what he's gonna come up with. He has not so many villagers on wood, which means that this is only like a constant. Oh, he's gonna ship 5 sepoys. Interesting. He's gonna ship 5 sepoi, make 5 sepoi. Now he has 12 sepoys in total. He's gonna take out. Oh, then very not. Yeah, he's gonna take out the hero. What is he planning to do? Maybe he's just gonna go to like this town center to prevent the 700 coin shipment from gathering. On the other hand, Kynesie is not shipping 700 coin. He's shipping rendering plant, which of course boosts your boats. We see that these boats are not gathering. That's a huge mistake. There must be a misclick from these docks. They are like idle on the water. Of course, Kynesie was busy walling up and other stuff, and he's now trying to finish the wall. He will. Nice block by Blackstar here. He walked back to this wall right on time so that the villager couldn't finish this wall off, and now he's losing one more villager. But so far, Kynesie has 31 villagers, which of course this schooner card makes boats 40 wood, which is very cheap. It looks like these boats are still not gathering. I'm not sure what's happening. These are now finally retasked. He's gonna call out Madman just to buy himself some more time. Looks like Blackstar is not really caring that much. I'm not sure if he notices. Yes, he does. This is just Kynesie buying time, making sure that you don't commit too far. He's walking back, as you see there. Just trying to snipe off any of these sepoi, but not really staying there. If he would have stayed here, the Madman would have died way earlier. Right now he's buying himself as much time as he could. The wall did finish, because of course Blackstar can't stay here forever, because then he has too much idle military. Unfortunately he might lose his village. He has to be really careful. Blackstar does see it, and yes, he's gonna lose his villager for sure. 8 crossbowmen shipment. That's actually a nice move to trap these sepoys, because this wall is completed. That means that the sepoi have nowhere to run. And he did save a town center. And then, of course, talking in hindsight is quite easy, but then it makes me question whether this was a legit move, as Blackstar likes to always put it, to go for it like this. Of course, sepoi, when they are in range, by the way, of crossbowmen, they do pretty good with their high HP and high attack. So you really have to use your crossbow range optimal, more than what's happening now, by the way, to make the most use of them. He's doing a nice micro, by the way, pulling some low HP crossbowmen back there. But actually he's forcing the crossbowmen to walk towards this wall, and that means that the other sepoys on the other side of the wall can also target the crossbowmen now. Nice play by Blackstar, but I felt that Kynesie should have not committed so much here and just walked back using his 16 range compared to the just 12 range from the sepoi. Meanwhile, on the other side of town here, 600 wood and 300 export. Of course, the export is going to be used for the villagers from the consulate to get the economy going. And the 600 wood is not yet into trading posts. He did upgrade a lot of his market, as you see here, by the way. He has pretty much all the market upgrades, including imperial bureaucracy at the 8-minute mark, so that is actually a very good economy that he got himself there. However, the villager disparity is 44 versus 28, with currently the gathering card. That is quite a good economy on land. On water. I'm not sure actually if the dock improvements show here. I expect Kynesie to have his water gathering improvement sometime soon, but what might have been a cause for not taking a trading post is that because he has his heroes, both of them are dead down there. On the other hand, you can still build a trading post with your villagers, so not sure. Blackstar is gonna continue the aggression just to make sure that he's gonna force Kynesie into making some army, as you see here. Kynesie is now forced into making musketeers instead of only like boats and villagers. The town center 94 damage, so that means he has used his town center card. Yes, there we have it, the colonial militia. That means town centers do have an extra attack. By the way, this is also a very small but specific thing. The maximum attack for a town center with all the villagers inside is 131. What Kynesie does very nicely is he puts in not all villagers, but that he only gets an attack of 108, because 108 times 2 is enough to kill a sepoi in 2 shots. And that way you are not wasting any fire. We see that he's trying to re-secure the wall, but Blackstar being very on spot there, preventing it constantly. I think there are already 3 villagers down so far, and there's another one going in, but he won't be able to get it. Yes, 4 villagers. Oh, yes, that one died as well. 4 villagers for sure, already dead. Also, why would you build a house there and not like in the back? I'm not sure. But anyway, this town center. Oh, This town center doing quite a good job at killing a lot of these sepoys. But Blackstar is also doing quite a good job of keeping him busy. I have to say, to be honest, from this perspective, of course I can see everything, but I'm still not sure like who has the advantage here. The problem is that this water economy is actually getting rolling quite big. On the other hand, of course, the food will run out at some point, but before that happens, there's a lot of 500 food patches available here, and then of course he has also access to infinite gold. He did repair his town center, by the way, and Blackstar realized that, and I assume that's why he pushes back. Oh, but he has to deny this villager, but he's... sorry, he has to deny this wall, and he's very on spot, by the way, with constantly keeping an eye on that. By the way, we have now a trading post. Oh, this must be a misclick. This was built, but not finished, and there the elephants go back again. He's gonna go for this town center again, but with the 135, actually this is now like 2 villages too much in here. He could let 2 villages gather food or somewhere. But I'm not sure this is a good trade for Blackstar, to be honest. On the other hand, he's gonna go for a big mess, shipping 600 coin even. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do with that. It looks like he's not gonna be able to age up anytime soon, though, so he's probably gonna be for a mess of more units. And he's now gonna get the trading posts as well. Meanwhile, Kynesie has the resources to age up without shipping any 700 coin or so. Just shipping 2 boats to secure the water. Probably as an anticipation of, again some idle boats by the way. Probably as an anticipation of Blackstar trying to take control of the water. But Kynesie is aging up. Oh well, he called colonial militia. He called colonial militia from this town center. I assume he's gonna do it from this town center as well. And this is a huge trap, by the way. This is huge. This is actually something Blackstar should have expected, I feel. But on the other hand, you can't do everything perfect. And he's gonna get a very nice trade, putting some of these Minutemen in melee mode just to make sure that these sepoys can't run as much. And actually, Blackstar got quite decent. He was able to save a lot of his army. I feel that these Minutemen should have moved forward much more than they actually did. And actually, wow, I'm surprised again. I mean, these Minutemen, they degenerate in HP over time, so this is the best moment to push in. This is the moment when you should push out, secure this wall, and deal with the sepoys as effectively as possible. Because the longer you wait, the less HP they have. Look at this, how fast they degenerate. They're already at like 38 HP. And then at some point Blackstar will come in. I have to assume after his trading post he can come in with the elephants, tank a lot of shots from the Minutemen, while his sepoys in the back will deal an insane amount of damage. And yeah, okay, Blackstar, sorry, Kynesie is now going for that wall over there. He's still able to age up relatively soon because of this income he has on the water. Yeah, Blackstar is not gonna age up, he's just gonna mess more stuff from here. Town center is gonna get repaired again, and the wall is gonna finish on that side as well. These Minutemen, yeah, what do you do with that? I mean, like really, 1 HP. Yeah, you can try to poke in a little bit, as he's doing. Blackstar moving back with part of his army, trying to tank all these shots with 1 sepoy, it seems like. A castle being built right there just to get some control of his part of the water, even shipping 4 camels. But we see that Kynesie is going for the warships improvement card, and this is actually quite nice again, mixing some crossbowmen just to abuse the range. He has a wall set up. If he puts those crossbowmen right here, he can for sure use his range for the sepoy. We see that the warships now come in to protect the villages that were on that side, but the camels found their way around, and that means that they will deal with this decently. Actually, you have to keep in mind that this is actually got quite a good trade for Blackstar, because these camels of course are melee, which means they take not the best micro. 2 of them were targeted on the hero, unfortunately, but I was about to say that they have of course range resistance, which means that they can take out these crossbowmen and Minutemen better than the sepoys. However, Kynesie gonna poke in again. Good job there. Town center still doing good damage, but his new town center is gonna be put there in the back. I guess he wants to control this gold mine and that hurt over there. Third trading post up. Didn't use his elephants, by the way, to soak up any damage from the town center. He is gonna be able to clean up this town center, and right as he does that, this town center is gonna finish, so Kynesie can walk his villagers right over there, and that means the game will continue. Meanwhile, 2 ships spawn from Blackstar. It's a card, of course, no dock yet, but Kynesie has 2 ships of his own, and he of course has the water upgrade card. Meanwhile, the battle is continuing here, which of course new Minutemen are being used here to deal with these sepoys, and some castadors being now mixed in. And actually, I think this is looking quite okay for Kynesie, to be honest, because he has established a good control on the water. Also, of course, now gonna push Blackstar. I'm not sure why he hides over there. I think, yeah, because of the dog perhaps, but there's his castle, so if he fights near the castle, he has much more defense options available. Meanwhile, I was about to say that his water economy is really kicking in, which is of course easy to gather. But on the other hand, he can now of course also go on land again because he has plenty of resources available. Although there's one thing, Blackstar has 48 villagers, and that is actually quite a good economy because he has both of these wood trickles. So actually, I would say that the economy is. I think actually I would say it's about even, but because Blackstar has all the market upgrades, and Kynesie has like. He took out the 2 ships, by the way, sorry. Kynesie has second wood upgrade. Now he's gonna go for the 3rd wood upgrade. I like that with the water style, of course. I think actually that Blackstar's economy is a little bit ahead because he now also has the trading posts upgraded as well. He's also going for a Cree trading post here, which means he can even boost his economy further. And he's now in the 3rd age. He aged up with the Tower of Victory. So yes, Kynesie is getting control of the water, but Blackstar's economy on land is better, and he can just migrate over here and has a lot of resources available. And at some point, the food will run out on this water, and that means that there's only gold available for Kynesie. While on the other hand, Blackstar has an established land economy, with of course the option to still gather here from all the food and the gold mines. And he also has more effective villages because, like, the boats at some point are useless. We see though that. Also, by the way, just a small mention again of Gaia's map improvements. Saguenay used to spawn like this. Either you have 2 Huron settlements or you have 2 Cree settlements, which of course, as you might understand, is a little bit unfair because the Crees are just better. So what he changed is that both of these players now have 1 Huron and 1 Cree settlement available. And that means that this is going to turn into a more balanced position because Blackstar takes the Cree trading post, but Kynesie is going to do the same, allowing him to train 10 or something coureurs de bois from the Cree trading post himself. So, because this food is going to run out on water and he still has a lot of access to gold, he is going to go for an artillery foundry, a very logical, smart decision there. And he's going to go for, I have to expect, well actually I'm saying that, he might go for organ guns, but on the other hand, I mean, siege elephant do so good for his cannons that I'm not sure if it's actually the best choice. Blackstar has to worry about actually one thing. His economy is the best, really, because he has all this land economy and trading posts established. The only thing that he has to worry about, to be honest, is if Kynesie is somehow able to age up to the 4th age, then monitors will really be an issue here. Gonna be able to take out this, the trading post, the base, the aggro fort, the town center, a lot of stuff. The Culverin was killed by the siege elephants. I'm not sure why he makes 1 Culverin, Kynesie that is. He did clean up this castle with the warships, by the way, which are now slowly regaining their HP. And a second town center coming up from Blackstar just to increase his boom. And there we see still a 10 villager disparity, but 2 trading posts. And the wood trickles, and I think a little bit better economy with the market upgrades means that actually he is quite ahead. But there we have Cree. Oh, actually, is he only gonna use it for Cree trackers, like the skirmisher type of unit? They are actually quite good for the cost, by the way. And of course, Mamelukes now into the battle here. So the question is, how good can Kynesie micro on the anti-cavalry from Blackstar to make sure that his Mamelukes will do the job they need to do? It looks like he is decently targeting the Zamburex. I would have liked to see Blackstar putting the Zamburex like to this part here, because now they are all in range of the Castadors. If he moves them to the right side here, they would be, as he's doing now, they would live longer and do better. He's gonna be able to get himself a decent position here. Well, actually, he's blocking the stable and the Rex blocked himself from going back. However, 3 Mahout's ships, they're gonna take out these Castadors if he's not gonna use the Mameluke to run back. However, of course, Kynesie can run back to his wall, and I think he just wants to take out the siege elephant with the Mamelukes and then run back. I think that's a good choice, to be honest. Look how insane damage these Mahouts do, by the way. Crazy. By the way, because of Blackstar's big economy, he was able to ship 3 Mahouts rather than just 2. But Kynesie is gonna bring back a few of his ships here. To make sure that he's going to have some additional firepower there. And these Mahouts are now going to take out the walls, which they do, of course, pretty decent. 120 siege attack is something you really can't underestimate. But he doesn't want to be fighting too close to the water, and actually I'm surprised Kynesie didn't pull up like a frigate or something, because it has so much more range. As I say that, the frigate spawns 30 range, you see, compared to 20 range, and that means that if he puts it on the side there, he will be able to do a lot more damage to these Mahouts and stuff like that. Meanwhile, the Mamelukes, oh, this was a stable from Kynesie, interesting. 3 Mamelukes still alive. Of course he can go in there and then also run back towards his ships. Meanwhile, Mahouts push forward, but there's not a wall, and that means that Kynesie will be safe for now. And Blackstar is now just gonna mass Zamburak like crazy and Gurkha like crazy. And now is he, by the way, only a 3 villager disparity, which means that his economy is really kicking in. And actually, if he's gonna fight so much near this water, that's not gonna be a good trade for him. Finally, the last Mahout dies, which took a lot of shots. It's just crazy. These things have like 1200 HP with 0.2 or 3 resistance to ranged attack. And we have a wonder from Blackstar, so he's gonna go up to the 4th age. Meanwhile, Mamelukes now all dead as well. Castors of course do pretty good versus Gurkha, so when Blackstar has nothing left like Mahouts to push in, I think Blackstar Kynesie can trade quite okay. Taking a look at the resources, we see how many resources Blackstar has. Now, by the way, 52 villages from Kynesie and 71 from Blackstar. And that is because he deleted his boats, because there's no food available anymore. There's only gold available, so he has 4 on the gold everywhere. Deletes his villagers, and now he has to finish his land boom properly. I'm not sure why the hell he's gathering on a mill when there's so much food available. That's really crazy. He has this walled up, so that's actually quite protected from now. But the point is that Blackstar's economy is just much better, and it looks like he only took the Cree settlement, can you see that is, to make Cree trackers, which actually cost food and wood, so he's not really using his gold as much. I would like to see him throw up a church, to be honest, because he has so much gold available. Look at this, 1300 gold. I mean, you have to trade that somewhere. Blackstar did a job, and let me find any of these Cree settlement. Yes, there we have. He's slowly booming the Coureur de Bois from the Cree settlement. 2 organ guns, no, 3 organ guns. That's what he used his gold for so far, but I'm not sure actually what Kynesie's plan is right now. A 4th age India, of course, is quite scary when you are not in the 4th age as Portuguese yet. There he's finally going to go for more of this food over there. Yeah, Blackstar actually is in a good position. He's going to build a Kainimata even to secure, well, that's not in range, but the food here is in range, and that means that he's going to focus. Actually, this is a little bit of a surprising move. Because you make the Kainimata here, you kind of are forced to put your plantations here to benefit from the boost. But that means that it's easier to raid for Kynesie, so I'm not sure. But Blackstar is gonna push in here and try to make something happen. He does have to get some siege elephants himself. Oh, look at this. Kynesie is gonna decide to take out the fort here. Let's see how much work these organs can do. Behind walls, organs of course are pretty good. But if Blackstar is gonna mix in some siege elephants again, which he does need a castle for, by the way, and the castle is not up yet, so he has, oh, there he has a castle. If he's gonna mix in siege elephant, he's perfectly able to deal with these organ guns. And did he lose his frigate? No, he didn't. Yeah, this Agra fort has crazy attack, by the way, versus look at how quick, by the way, these boats only villages. Crazy. Blackstar's gonna push in again. Oh, he's gonna push in with discipline modes, and he has 2, 4, 5 of them. Imagine if he's gonna upgrade these, by the way, 0.3 as I was questioning before. If he's gonna upgrade these Mahouts, I mean, Kynesie really... Kynesie is going wall by wall, slowly going in, wall by wall piece. But if he's gonna upgrade these Mahouts, then they're even more insane than they are now. However, the organ guns are not in the best position. I mean, oh, there we have the siege elephants coming in. If they take out the organ guns, then this is over. He's gonna make wall layer by wall layer, but 5 Mahouts, even honored Mahouts, 1600 HP, 165 siege attack. They're gonna crush walls like it's nothing. He did take out the fort, that's a small good thing, and he's now gonna take out the caravanserais. And he's finally mixing in some dragoons, but... Oh, he's aging up to the 4th age. Okay, that's good, because that's like something he really needs. I mean, 4th age goons, that's something Portuguese can use to deal with this. I would like to see another wall layer here, but... Okay, he decides it's too much. Of course, he would need like, I don't know, 20 dragoons at least to deal with this infantry, this mass of Gurkhas and the Mahouts. Yeah, so basically, Blackstar decides, okay, if you go for land, for water, I'm just gonna boom on land with the Kree, with all the market upgrades, with the trading post upgraded to stagecoach. And India, of course, has a pretty good land economy, as we all know. Then he pushed very far. I'm not sure actually. He idled a lot of villagers from Kynesie, of course, but I'm not sure if it was the most effective push. On the other hand, he did force some more army from Kynesie, like an 8 crossbowmen shipment, which was not the most well used, to be honest. And he did force 10 villagers inside the town center, which means, of course, a slower boom from Kynesie. Then Kynesie wasn't able to finish the wall, which Blackstar blocked very nicely. And then also Kynesie did a very nice trap with the 2x Minutemen Colonial Militia card, but I felt that he could have made much more out of it. I mean, he came from 2 sides, should have put more of them in melee, I feel, should have clicked attack and move forward and not stay so idle in the back like he was doing. And then he stopped, he didn't went in. I mean, I felt that he could have done more with the Minutemen when they were still in decent HP, trying to chase down the Sepoy, make the wall again, secure yourself up, as that was the playstyle he was going for. But as it is, well played by Blackstar. I have to say that. And here we see that the quick boom with the fish card gathering. However, Blackstar booming quite nicely as well. And here you see that the market upgrades do actually more work than the water boom from Kynesie. I believe that, I'm not sure actually if it doesn't show, but I believe Kynesie never did like the upgrades in the dock, or did them very late, which is questionable if you go for a water boom. Anyway, here you see, by the way, that Indian guy, 2 trading posts, the 2 trickles, all the market upgrades. It's just much better economy. So that also means he's able to throw away some units just to make sure that he prevents Kynesie from booming hard. And of course, Blackstar has done some water stuff himself, so he knows quite good what he's up against. Yeah, so well played, good game. That means it's currently 2-0 for Blackstar, as I will update the scoreboard right away.